every day.
1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3.
Stouffer with the game-winning goal. The national championship goes to Shippensburg for the third consecutive year.
Valdosta State, Division II national champions.
Feeds the post, Hankins scores! State may win their first national title!
Welcome you back into Pioneer Arena as Tusculum and Mars Hill get set for action here today in game number 2 of the season. Game between these two, game 23 for the Pioneers. For the Lions, they're 2-20 this year. They're 0-16. They've lost 14 straight. They'll go with Hannah Chandler, the 5'9 freshman out of Marshall, North Carolina. Drew McMillan, a 5'6 freshman from Asheville, North Carolina. Lena Bell, the 5'10 freshman out of Sanford, North Carolina. Alexis Pardue, a 5'10 sophomore from Thurman, North Carolina. And Deja Marshall, the 5'7 junior out of Chester, South Carolina. Francis Marion transfer who went to Spartanburg Methodist to play for Coach Brianna Clark. Brianna Clark got the job at Mars Hill. She decided to travel and visit with her where she stayed. Brianna Clark in her 9th year with 114 wins. Her first year at Mars Hill, just 2 victories. For the Tusculum Pioneers, they'll start Jayla Arnwine, the 5'6 junior out of Knoxville, Tennessee from Bearden High School. Casey Johnson, the 6' graduate from Greensboro, North Carolina. Kirsten Click, the 5'8 freshman from Amelia, Ohio. Maddie Sutton, the 6' junior out of Wallen, Tennessee. And Mia Long, the 5'4 senior from Ann Arbor, Michigan, leading this team in scoring and is just 55 points shy of scoring 1,000 points for her career here at Tusculum and needs to average just about 9 points a game over the last 6 regular season games in order to attain that today. The Pioneers coached by Devin Carter. He's won 77% of his games this year, 56% of his games as a 5th-year head coach of Tusculum, 72-57, 6-3 against Mars Hill all time. Assisted by graduate assistants Jordan Sanders, Ashley Rodriguez, and Camden Bonner. We welcome you into Pioneer Arena today. We welcome our officials as well, Kevin Ledford, Molly McFadden, and Charette Guthrie. I promise to be on my best behavior throughout the entire game, as long as you are too. So the Pioneers, who have won 2 straight, 17-5 on the year, they are 7th in the D2 SIDA Southeast Region poll. The official poll should come out next week, and they're tied for 3rd in the South Atlantic Conference. As Ledford will throw the ball into the air, it'll be taken by the Pioneers. They go left to right on your radio dial, or from Midge to Joyce as we view it here in this first half of action. In the first quarter, the Pioneers, wearing the home white, will kick it out to Kirsten Click for a 3. This one is rimmed off. It's no good. And the rebound to Jayla Arnwine. The Pioneers get a second chance. And when I say it rimmed out, like it goes all the way down and then goes out. And then a 3 ball by Arnwine is up and good. And the Pioneers do get that 3 after all. They hit 18 against Mars Hill the first time they played them. And an extremely youthful Mars Hill starting 5 for Coach Clark. As Mars Hill wears the road blue with the gold letters and numbers. They move right to left on your radio dial. On the left side is Deja Marshall. Marshall on the dribble is picked up at the top of the key on a switch. A 3 ball by Marshall is up and... Did they say it was a 3? I guess it was just 2. So 3-2 our score. Looked as if she was beyond that 3-point still. So we got Coach Clark, who's got the kind of laid-back, just real casual look going on here today at Pioneer Arena with the very dapper-looking Pioneer coach Devin Carter. Across the midcourt stripe, Mia Long at the top of the key. Pass left side, now onto the baseline. Click into the paint. This is going to be Maddie Sutton. Little runner down the lane is off the mark, no good, but a whistle for a foul. Late whistle. That will benefit the Pioneers here, and this foul to go against Alexis Pardue. That'll be her first and the team's first. Pioneers have fouled a lot here of late, and yes, if you have tuned into any broadcast, you know that that has been the case for the most part. But they've got to play without fouling. That is, I think, one of the things this team really needs to focus in on and trying to do much better down the stretch. With really good teams left, they still have Anderson, Carson Newman, who are right with them in this top 4 chase. Saturday, Anderson. Next Wednesday, Carson Newman. So have them back-to-back back here at home next week. As Maddie Sutton hits both free throws to make it 8-2 Tusculum. In the backcourt, Drew McMillan is going to be stolen. It'll be Jayla Arnwine who will steal it, will drive it, will shoot it, and score it. Jayla Arnwine off to a great start. 8 of the team's 10 here in this opening quarter. She gets the steal. That's something that the Pioneers were unable to do against Queens. Get mid-court turnovers into transition. And a whistle as the ball was knocked out of play by the Pioneers here. So Tusculum will defend as Mars Hill will attempt to inbound. Gabby Giannikos into the contest. Have not seen Tatum Boggs yet, who has been doing a fabulous job from three-point territory here of late. Has missed 2 of the last 6 games, however. Left side, Fred Court, and a whistle for an illegal screen that's going to go against Mars Hill. And Atlanta Bell will be whistled for that, her first. Team foul number 2 against the Lions of Mars Hill. So the Pioneers on a 7-0 run. They've hit their last 3 shots as well, and 2 of them have been from three-point territory. Mars Hill's third turnover in the last minute 25. Right side, Fred Court, Mia Long. Right down the lane, will drive it and draw the foul. Driving against Deja Marshall, who let her go, but a late reach. And I think this is going to go on Bell as well. So Lahina Bell will pick up her second and team foul number 3. As to the free throw line will go Mia Long. 9th in the league in scoring, 1st in the league in steals, and 2nd in the nation in steals, 3rd in assists, and 6th in field goal percentage. But her free throw percentage, 63% on the year, which is much better where it has been. She'll go 1 of 2 at the stripe this time. Selby Bowman into the contest, the 5'9 junior out of Morganton, North Carolina. So Mars Hill on the inbound. This is Deja Marshall looking, finding Giannikos. Giannikos on the dribble, watched by Mia Long. Knocked it away, stayed by Giannikos. Marshall on the left wing. She'll pull up for 2 from 19 feet, knock it down. Deja Marshall ends the 8-0 run by the Pioneers. It's 11-4. Tusculum with the edge. Here's a 3-ball by Casey Johnson. That one is no good. And then a rebound foul that's going to go against Maddie Sutton. She just kind of got caught in the air as she was trying to, I don't even mean to say caught in the air, but she was leaning back, jumping, kind of aimlessly jumping. She was just going for the ball, but there happened to be 2 Mars Hill players standing there as well. And a ball knocked out by Mia Long. Mars Hill will inbound, but they have to do so from the spot. They can't move. It'll be Marshall who will inbound, who has all 4 of the Lions' points and has taken both of the shots for the Lions. They have only 2. Giannikos in the backcourt, watched by Kirsten Bell. Giannikos across the stripe on the dribble. Into the corner. This will be a 3-ball by Hannah Chandler. Front of the rim is no good. Rebound comes to Maddie Sutton. Sutton with it into the hands of Long, lobbing it up ahead to Bell. Click into the paint. This is going to be Casey Johnson. A little scoop shot off the glass is good. Know where Bell came from. My apologies. So either way, Casey Johnson scores. I need to bring it. I'm not bringing my best right now. Marshall, runner in the paint. Pardue, lay in, good. Good look by Deja Marshall. 13-6, Tusculum. Mia Long in the paint, had it knocked away. She got it back, kicks it out to Johnson. In the corner is Arnwine for her third 3. This one rims off no good, and the rebound is tipped out of bounds off Sutton. So Mars Hill will have the basketball back, but another good look there by Arnwine. It just wouldn't stay down. It went halfway, came out. Pioneers 4 of 7 from the field, 2 of 5 from 3. On the inbound will be Marshall, throwing it over the top of Long to Chandler, who will take it into the front court. Run into a double team. Knocking it away from behind was Arnwine, but Chandler was able to keep it. Now Pardue on the right wing will back it out. This is Giannikos. Giannikos on the right side, on the dribble. Pardue from about 19 feet. Good ball fake, and it's going to get Maddie Sutton in the air, and Maddie's going to pick up her second personal foul. And I think for Coach Carter, a little bit of paying attention to detail, that's a little bit of what it is right there. Understand the scout. Pardue's probably not going to take a 19-foot jumper. She's probably going to ball fake you. So into the game, Elle Hutchinson for the Pioneers will come in for Sutton, who's picked up her second. Marshall looking, throwing it to Giannikos, too high and turned over. So the Pioneers do force yet another turnover here and have the basketball back. Pioneers leading 13-6, 5:52 to play here in this opening quarter. In this early going, Catawba on Saturday got out to a 12-0 start against Mars Hill, went on to an easy victory. Long on the drive to the rim, put it up, banked it in. Mia Long. Pioneers got off to that type of start. Mars Hill with a little game here in this opening quarter. Giannikos across the stripe, gives it up to Marshall. Marshall now onto the wing on the drive. This will be Bowman to Pardue. A little 16-foot fadeaway is no good. Bowman comes up with the second chance, though. Chandler will throw it out top of the key to Giannikos. Pardue from the foul line spins on Johnson. Nice little low post move and puts it up and in. 15-8, Tusculum. Arnwine from the left wing on the catch from Long. Long now on the dribble penetration right into the rim and missed it. Rim's off, no good. Got to make layups. Not an easy one, but got to make them still. Giannikos into the front court. Tusculum leading 15-8. Right side, this is going to be Marshall off the dribble for two. It's short, no good. Rebounded by Johnson of Tusculum. Into the hands of Long. Long pass into the front court. This will be Hutchinson. Will fire a three or just a two. Just a two-pointer. 17-8. Hutchinson catch and shoot two. Looked like she was, again, that vision must be really bad. Giannikos on the left wing. Inside three-point territory. Backdoor look. This will be Bowman to Pardue. Pardue on the dribble drive. Had it knocked away and stolen. Hutchinson comes up with it. Poked away by Arnwine, who has the return pass on the drive. Layup banked in. Good. And the Pioneers out to a 19-8 lead here in the early going. Across the midcourt stripe, Deja Marshall. Marshall across the line on the dribble. Watched by Arnwine. Into the paint. Had it knocked away. And an offensive foul as Marshall frustrated as she'll come to the bench. And we will go to a timeout as well. 3:58 to play here in this opening quarter. It's Tusculum 19. It's Mars Hill 8. Pioneer basketball will resume after this on the Pioneers Sports Network.
Being a champion takes more than skill, more than endless drills, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the heart to give it your all, the agility to thrive from any angle, and the relentless drive to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create, and the question isn't, can you do it? It's will you.
So much of life these days is rushing around from one place to another. Sometimes you just want to enjoy the journey on the way to the destination. And part of what makes it a little more enjoyable is an appreciation for the folks who help you get there. At Ingalls, we know that the people who send you on your way are the same ones who keep you coming back.
I think you should take it for a spin. Are you serious?
Ingalls, all the ingredients for family.
$19-8, Tusculum with the lead. Mars Hill has 6 turnovers. Tusculum has 9 points off those turnovers here early. Hutchinson stays on the floor with this second unit that's come in. Bree Dixon along with Aaliyah Miller, Maya Belton, and Jazz Williams, who drives it to the lane. Count it one. That's great high-low action by the Pioneers there, and Maya Belton with the nice pass, and Jazz Williams with the nice finish, who didn't score in 4 consecutive games in which she played, and then put in 7 points against UVA Wise last Wednesday. And that last foul that went against Bowman. Williams at the free throw line. That one is no good, and the rebound comes down to Mars Hill. They've already committed 5 fouls. Tatum Boggs is checked in. Hutchinson knocks it away from her. They get it to Aaliyah Miller. Miller gives it up to Belton. Layup is overshot and a weak side rebound. Actually, they're going to get a blocking foul as Belton tried to finish with contact. Could not do it. And the foul that's going to go against Tatum Boggs will be her first. And 6 fouls on Mars Hill already. And Maya Belton at the free throw line for the Pioneers. 71% on the year. Maya's just really struggled, I think, shooting overall here over the last few games. Over the last 6, averaging 4 points a game, 4 of 11 from 3. Makes the second after missing the first. Pioneers lead at 22-8. They're on a 6-0 run, make it a 7-0 run. Near steal, near turnover there for Hutchinson. Instead, into the front court, this will be Marshall inside the paint to Pardue, puts it up and in. Hutchinson takes it across the stripe for the Pioneers. 22-10, ending the run by the Pioneers, who've hit their last 3 shots. Miller to Belton. Here's Dixon, right side to Williams. Dixon, Belton, and throws this one away. I think Belton was looking for Miller, but threw it in between both Miller and Hutchinson, so the Pioneers will give it up. That's their first turnover of the game. Drew McMillan will be back in. Pardue gets a breather, and she has been their focal point in the paint. She's played well. Arnwine already with 10 to lead all scorers. Pardue has 6 to lead Mars Hill. Giannikos in the backcourt. This pass is knocked away, nearly stolen by Belton after it was tipped. The Pioneers putting pressure in the backcourt. Aaliyah Miller and Elle Hutchinson. Miller improving her defensive game here of late. And had a career best in her only start of the year against Mars Hill the last time, a 25-point effort. Hutchinson gets her hand on yet another loose ball and comes up with another steal. Elle has 2 here in the early going, and then Belton can't hang on to the pass. And the Pioneers give it right back. Bit of an inauspicious start for Belton. 22-10 Tusculum. On the inbound, Mars Hill in the backcourt. Deja Marshall nearly had it taken, saves it somehow, gets it into the hands of McMillan. Baseline 2-pointer, and this one is up and good by Bowman. 5'9" junior. Out of Morganton, 22-12, Tusculum by 10. Across the stripe, this will be Hutchinson, dribbles between the rings. On the left side, to pass to Miller. In the corner, Williams, back to Hutchinson on the left wing. Miller on the baseline, puts it on the floor, kicks it out. Belton, the straightaway 3, bang. Maya Belton from downtown. Well, atones for that last drop out of bounds. 25-12 Tusculum. Hutchinson very active defensively, already 2 steals. Elle has been very good coming in for Maddie Sutton, who picked up 2 fouls in the first 4 minutes. Baseline right side is Bowman for Mars Hill. Marshall on the right wing, 10 to shoot for Boggs. Boggs did not start, was not even the first off the bench. Left side on the baseline, Giannikos. Baseline floater is no good. Weak side rebound is out of bounds. It will be off of Mars Hill. It should have been a reset of 20. It did hit the rim. So they did get it reset. Mars Hill is going to keep possession as the ball did go out of bounds. So on the inbound is going to be Deja Marshall. Baseline front court for the Lions. On the inbound, Giannikos on the right wing is watched by Williams. Boggs. Giannikos spins in the paint once and twice and then kicks it out. This will be McMillan, 2-pointer. That one is no good, and a whistle for a foul. Battling inside is going to go against Bowman. Bowman will pick up her second. That's 2 shots. That's 2 shots down at the other end. Coach Clark is wondering, what did she do? You know, and really, if I was the Mars Hill guy doing the game for them, I'm probably asking the same questions. I'm sitting there thinking, what in the world did she do? Just play basketball. There must have been an egregious hold in the paint. So Brianna Dixon will go to the free throw line. At 13 points against Georgia College this year, her best game. Went 7 of 13 from three-point territory from the end of November to the end of January, but has gone over her last 7 from 3. She does go 1 of 2 at the free throw line here, missing the second. Rebounded by Mars Hill. 26-12, Tusculum. Into the front court, Tatum Boggs drives baseline, overshot the layup attempt, and then the rebound is out of bounds. Tusculum had it, but couldn't hang on to it. Marta Rodriguez will check into the game for the Pioneers. On the inbound, it will be Tatum Boggs. They're going to change it back to 20, I believe. Tusculum really never had the rebound. So they're going to put 18 on the shot clock, 1:04 on the game clock. Mars Hill on the inbound. Boggs. Marshall. From the top of the key, right side, this is going to be Marshall. On the right wing, Giannikos. Boggs. Watched by Hutchinson. Off the dribble, 3 is blocked by Hutchinson. Just got the rejection cleanly. Tusculum into the front court is Dixon. Between the rings, handling. On the baseline, wide open is Hutchinson. What a game Elle's having. Elle Hutchinson knocking down the 3. Elle, yes. You can see what I did there. 29-12, and a jump ball. The arrow is going to go Mars Hill's way. L. Hutchinson has just come in and just fired from everywhere. Has 5 points, a little drive, a little finish, then a 3-ball right there, and then has a block and 2 steals. On the baseline, Bowman for a 3. This one is overshot, no good. Rebounded by Dixon, who looks to run. Tusculum leads comfortably 29-12 early. Williams, Hutchinson driving on Bowman. Baseline pull-up. This one is no good. So not everything in the arsenal working. Long rebound and the pass to Boggs on the run into the front court. Boggs overshooting a layup attempt and the rebound to Maya Belton, and that will end the opening quarter of play. We are at the end of one, where it is Tusculum 29 and Mars Hill 12. Pioneer basketball will continue after this on the Pioneers Sports Network.
Tusculum University is Tennessee's first university. Established in 1794, Tusculum's beautiful campus is nestled in the foothills of the Great Smoky Mountains. Students from 31 states and 15 countries have found a home here. With nearly 60 areas of study, Tusculum can help you pioneer your path to success. Visit www.tusculum.edu or call 423-636-7300 to discover the Pioneer experience for yourself.
In NCAA Division II, community engagement is an initiative at all 25 national championships because student athletes want to give back while competing for a national title. Over the course of the year, Division II student athletes have an opportunity to leave a lasting impression in local communities throughout the country. Whether Division II student athletes are volunteering at hospitals, schools, after-school care programs, foster homes, or retirement villages, they make a difference in the lives of others. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours. It's
Tusculum leads 29-12, and don't look now, we're shooting 67%. That's fantastic. Tusculum with the basketball to start the second quarter, and this second group is going to stay on the floor as well. L. Hutchinson has played well. Stays out there. Maya Belton, Williams, Marta Rodriguez. Williams, she'll try a 3. Bang. Jazz Williams from downtown knocks down the 3-ball. The Pioneers by their largest number of 32-12. Here's a near steal by Williams, who runs into Bree Dixon. The ball goes out of bounds. The Pioneers, who have forced 8 first-quarter turnovers, scored 12 points off those turnovers. So, Tusculum, who hit 10 of 15 shots, Mars Hill hit 6 of 15. The problem was they turned it over. But they've attempted as many shots as Tusculum in that first quarter. Gives you any indication as to Mars Hill, battling through some things. But again, they've attempted 15 shots, already down 20 early. This ball goes through the hands of a player, and it's turned over. Hutchinson with the steal to Belton to Rodriguez. Layup is good. Maya Belton could have taken that one all the way to the rim, but gave it up to Rodriguez running the floor, and the Pioneers out to a 34-12 lead. Left side front court, this ball kicked out of bounds by Williams with Belton coming late. Pardue was wide open in the paint. Mars Hill has pretty much taken it into the front court with some ease against the Pioneers at times when they do beat the press and they don't get it taken from them. Pioneers with 5 steals in that first quarter. On the inbound is going to be Mars Hill, and Deja Marshall will give it up. A little runner is up and good by Drew McMillan. Not an easy take there. McMillan finishing. 34-14, Tusculum. Right side front court. This is going to be Hutchinson. Top of the key, Maya Belton, a 3. In and out, no good. And the rebound comes down to Pardue. I mean, that was as good a take as Maya's had in a long time. It just did not get the reward, didn't get the payoff. Right side front court, Deja Marshall for Mars Hill. Off the dribble for 2. Net's no good. And a weak side rebound by Giannikos. And Mars Hill is crashing the glass. Tusculum out rebounded on Saturday against Queens. They trail in that department right now. 11-7. Of course, when you make shots, you don't have to rebound. Marshall in the corner. McMillan, baseline Giannikos, 2 to shoot. A 2-ball is good by Marshall with the shot clock expiring. Good execution in the half court by Mars Hill. 34-16 Tusculum. Hutchinson on the right wing. Top of the key is Belton. Left side is Dixon. Dixon. Marta Rodriguez. Pick and roll with Williams off the glass. Banked it in. Jazz Williams for 2 more. 36-16 Tusculum. In the front court, this is Lahina Bell. Bell on the right side, Marshall. Marshall holding it, now giving it up, McMillan. Bouncing it into the paint. It's kicked around a couple of times and out of bounds off of Mars Hill's Pardue. It will be Pioneer ball with 5 new faces on the floor for the Pioneers. That will actually be 4 new faces. Jayla Arnwine along with Kirsten Click. Had Kirsten Bell the other night at Morristown East High School for a high school game. So my apologies to Kirsten for calling her Bell a couple of times earlier. Mia Long is out there with Casey Johnson and Jazz Williams, who stays out. Click, top of the key. Williams a 3. Bang. Jazz Williams on fire. En fuego. 39-16. Tusculum takes their largest lead of the game. In the front court, this is going to be Bell. Oh, no, there's a Bell. I'm going to call Kirsten Bell soon. Isn't there like an actress who's Kirsten Bell? Kristen Bell, maybe. Top of the key, this is going to be Deja Marshall. Marshall on the left wing on the dribble. Off the dribble, pull-up jumper, back iron, no good. Rebound tipped out and controlled by Mars Hill. Again, they have attacked the glass, and they're getting second-chance opportunities. For the Lions, that will be their 6th offensive rebound. No, check that, will be their 4th. Long out of bounds off of her, trying to get the ball from Pardue. And with 8 seconds to shoot for Mars Hill, they trail 39-16. On the inbound is going to be Deja Marshall, baseline front court. Marshall looking. And they'll give it up. McMillan bouncing it. This is going to be Bell. Tough fadeaway jumper is off the mark. Rebounded by Williams of Tusculum. Long into the front court. Into the corner to Arnwine, a 3. Bang! Jayla Arnwine. Save some of this. We need to save some. We need to bottle this thing up and take it with us Saturday to Anderson. Here's a steal. Arnwine in the paint. Forced one up that's no good. And the rebound by Mars Hill. After the Pioneers did get another steal on the inbound. 42-16 Tusculum. Giannikos into the front court, running it. Baseline Pardue, jumper no good, and the rebound tipped out off Tusculum. The one thing for Tusculum they're not doing is rebounding. Boggs, along with Bowman, they're back in. Aaliyah Miller will be in for Tusculum, but somebody has to come out. So Click will check out for the Pioneers. 5:54 left, first half. 42-16, Mars Hill. Down to Tusculum with the ball. Boggs on the inbound will get it to Giannikos. Also into the game is Mallory Gardner. She'll take a 16-footer. That's no good. Rebounded by Aaliyah Miller. You've got to rebound and play defense for Coach Carter. Miller will take it right into the paint. Get around Gardner. A little bump there off the glass is no good, but nice. Not a bad take either, as she can hit that. One of the best offensive players last season for Volunteer State. On the baseline, Miller spinning is Gardner. Missing is Gardner. Rebounded is Johnson, who had the ball knocked from her possession. No. Johnson just kind of threw it out of bounds, trying to get away from Gardner. Gardner got the start the last time against Tusculum. But since then, she has scored just 13 points in 9 games. Giannikos inside the paint as Mia Long gambled for the steal, didn't come up with it. And Giannikos scores. Across the midcourt stripe, this will be Mia Long at the top of the key on the dribble. Inside, outside, Miller a 3 is no good. Weak side rebound, Jayla Arnwine to Johnson to Williams. She'll take a 3. Back iron, no good. And the rebound, loose on the floor, picked up by Boggs of Mars Hill. Tusculum leads 42-18. Giannikos pull up over Williams. Back iron, no good. And the rebound is off of Casey Johnson out of bounds with just 2. Again, it's details, attention to details. We can take a break. Right back to Pioneer Arena after this. 4:53 left first half. Tusculum 42, Mars Hill 18. Pioneer basketball continues on the Pioneer Sports Network.
My name is Trent Gibson. I play basketball here and I'm a sophomore. I chose Tusculum because of the family atmosphere that's given. As soon as I walked on campus, I was embraced. And also just because of the academics. I feel like I'm pushed every day to be my best.
Johnson City Toyota is the #1 Toyota dealership in the Tri-Cities because we make buying simple. First, we discount every vehicle every day, and we stand behind what we sell with a lifetime warranty. For more, simply go to johnsoncitytoyota.com.
Being a
here in this first half. Mars Hill with the basketball. 2 observations early. Mars Hill out-rebounding Tusculum here in this first half, and Mars Hill has the same amount of shots as do the Pioneers of 25. That ball was tipped. That was a blocked shot. Gardner had that shot blocked, and the Pioneers are going to keep it. They're fortunate to have it. The only difference between right now the Pioneers, Mars Hill, Tusculum's hit 7 3-pointers. Yeah, still 7. Williams, offensive rebound, is missed on the putback. Rebounded this time by Gardner. Outlet feed up ahead on a fast break. Boggs. Count in 1. Tatum Boggs with a nice finish in transition. Will get the foul against Casey Johnson. Johnson will pick up her first. Only the first of this second quarter. The first foul called of the quarter as well. So Mars Hill, again, they're shooting, even with the Pioneers, 27 attempts. Boggs gets an and 1 to fall. Her first points of the game on the fast break. So it's 42-21, Tusculum. Mia Long attacks. Will draw a little bump here against Drew McMillan. That'll be her first. Team's first against Mars Hill. A couple of those have already occurred here in this basketball game, but that'll be the first that has been called. Carson Newman is leading Lenore Ryan there in the second quarter. It's 38-24 there. On the inbound, this is going to be Mia Long on the baseline to Jayla Arnwine, who they say travel. Meanwhile, Anderson leads Wingate 26-21. They're in that first half of action as well, midway through the second quarter. It's Coker leading Catawba midway through the second. It's also Newberry leading Queens. And they are playing UVA Wise and Lincoln Memorial, and they have had some issues with their technology. So the Pioneers, after the turnover, lead 42-21. Mars Hill has the basketball. On the right side, this is going to be McMillan. Pardue skips it left side, Giannikos. Second unit out there with Jazz Williams, who has played much of this first half. Gets a block here. Into the hands of Hutchinson. Hutchinson takes it into the front court. Williams with 10 points in the game for the Pioneers. 3 ball by Maya Belton is short. Rebound tip by Dixon to Belton. Drives it inside to paint. An offensive foul. Belton a little indecisive when she got the second one, but Dixon tipping the ball right to Belton. With driving in, looking for that layup after missing the 3. So Jazz Williams with 10. That's her season best here today. At a career best 18 last season. Driving inside to paint. That's no good. Williams, after a tip rebound by Dixon, grabs it, gets it into the hands of Rodriguez. Into the front court, Marta. 42-21. Tusculum outscoring Mars Hill 13-9 here in the quarter, but have gone a bit anemic with the offense here over the last 3 minutes. As a matter of fact, 0 for their last 7. Belton makes it 0 for their last 8. And they haven't scored in 3:10. And Devin made this change here with this unit to finish out potentially the half. And a hand check is going to go against the Pioneers. It'll go on Hutchinson. That's going to be her first and the team's second. And Deja Marshall's going to be back into the game for Mars Hill. So the dangerous scorer is in. Arnwine with 13 points on 5 of 8 from the field. Jazz Williams with 10 points in 11 minutes of play and 4 rebounds plus a block. Jazz has played the fewest of anybody in the conference, but leads the conference in block shots. It's amazing. Giannikos on the inbound for the Lions. Spinning. Gets around Hutchinson. Will be at the line to shoot 2 as Hutchinson's going to pick up her second personal foul in about as many seconds. So second for her. Team's third here of this second quarter, where Mars Hill fighting to get back into it. Grossly outscored against Catawba Saturday, 26-5 in the first quarter. They did a better job in the second. Were outscored 17-11. They were routed by the Indians. But again, after the first quarter slow start, played much better the rest of the way. Giannikos makes 1 of 2. It's a 20-point Pioneer lead, 42-22. Into the front court, Marta Rodriguez. And it's a 6-0 run, if it gives you any indication how big the lead had gotten for the Pioneers. It's a 6-0 run for Mars Hill. Rodriguez fires a 3. That's no good, but Hutchinson grabs the rebound for the Pioneers. Rodriguez second guesses a 3, takes it no good. Rebounded by Dixon, put up good. Williams tipped it to Dixon, and Dixon ends the drought. Pioneers hadn't scored in 4 minutes. Into the front court, Giannikos. In the corner is Boggs for 3. No. Rebounded by Dixon, and she'll be fouled. Pardue will be whistled for the personal. That'll be number 2 on her, team's second. There's a movie saying, and it always makes me, whenever I hear Pardue's name, do you fondue? So do you fondue too? Today is, did you hear what today is? Today is, what are they calling this thing? It's like Valentining. Valentining. I'll have details about what Valentining is coming up. Today is the day, though. It's D-Day for Valentining. Pioneer basketball in the front court. Aaliyah Miller on the baseline. Kick out 3 to Dixon. No. Rebound Miller. Baseline is good. Aaliyah Miller. Coach Clark wanted to travel. Didn't get it. And Aaliyah Miller scored. The Pioneers have scored back-to-back buckets. They're 2 for their last 12 from the field. In the front court, left side, this will be Boggs with 90 seconds to the half. I sure hope I get to tell my Valentining story, because if I don't now, I'll forget later. On the right side, this will be Boggs inside the paint. Bell scores over Williams. 46-24 is a good take by Bell. Rodriguez on the dribble in the front court. Double. They get it to Dixon. Back to Rodriguez. On the left side front court. Don't look now. The Pioneers have 46 points at the half. Nearly at the half. They had 58 all told Saturday. Well, you can look. It's okay. I give you permission. Rodriguez, little drive and a whistle on the drive. And they're going to say in the act of shooting. The foul was on Giannikos, will be her first. All right, so Valentining is the, it's Valentine's Day this Friday. A lot of people think of it being very romantic, romance-filled, all that kind of stuff. It's also the biggest time of the year when you get dumped. Yeah, it's like Valentining is for the significant other. They think, you know what, instead of making some type of big-time commitment and have to get that Valentine's gift during Valentine's Day, you just go ahead and get dumped. So today is the peak day for getting dumped, by the way, the 12th. Yeah, it's called Valentining. So 1 of 2 for Rodriguez, and then a rebound by Maya Belton, and a 3 is short by Miller. Tusculum leads 46-24, and this pass will be airmailed out of play. And it will be back to Tusculum with 36 seconds to play. Coach Clark trying to implore her team on. More positivity out of Coach Clark, I would assume, since the turn of the calendar year. But what I do see about them, they have a plan, they have structure, they have some shooters. Just can't turn the ball over in crucial spots. Rodriguez inside to Williams, off the glass is good. Jazz Williams scores. Jazz with a little bit of an attitude after that as well on Bell. And Boggs has the ball knocked away by Marta Rodriguez, who fouled her apparently. That'll be her first, team's fourth. Are we shooting 2? We are. So it'll be a foul. Boggs will go to the line and shoot 2 on the bonus. So Tatum Boggs will go to the stripe. 11.7 points a game in her last 3. She also missed the Newberry and Coker games. The Converse transfer, the senior out of Statesville, North Carolina. Shooting 70% on the year from the free throw line, makes the first. Missed the second. And a rebound, though, by Mars Hill's McMillan after a shove in the back. Boggs off the dribble three is no good. Rebounded by Bell, and that will be the end of the first half of play. So the Pioneers surge after the first quarter, sputter, and surge again. Coming up here at the half, a conversation with Pioneer assistant coach Justin Chartrand and your first half stats and scores. At the break, Tusculum 48, Mars Hill 25. Pioneer basketball continues after this on the Pioneers Sports Network.
Being a champion takes more than skill, more than endless drills, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the heart to give it your all, the agility to thrive from any angle, and the relentless drive to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create, and the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
So much of life these days is rushing around from one place to another. Sometimes you just want to enjoy the journey on the way to the destination. And part of what makes it a little more enjoyable is an appreciation for the folks who help you get there. At Ingalls, we know that the people who send you on your way are the same ones who keep you coming back.
I think you should take it for a spin. Are you serious?
Ingalls, all the ingredients for family.
My name is Trent Gibson. I play basketball here and I'm a sophomore. I chose Tusculum because of the family atmosphere that's given. As soon as I walked on campus, I was embraced. And also just because of the academics. I feel like I'm pushed every day to be my best.
Johnson City Toyota is the #1 Toyota dealership in the Tri-Cities because we make buying simple. First, we discount every vehicle every day, and we stand behind what we sell with a lifetime warranty. For more, simply go to johnsоncitytoyota.com.
Being a champion takes more than talent, more than the perfect pass, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the spirit to always push harder, the ability to overcome any hurdle, and the fire to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create. And the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
The first date. Only one chance to make that first impression. Don't worry, this might be new for you, but Ingalls has been there before. From flowers to the freshest ingredients, we have everything you need to put your best foot forward.
I'm so sorry.
Remember, you can't get to happily ever after without once upon a time. Ingalls, all the ingredients for family.
Champions know how to seize opportunities. When they see moments of greatness unfold right before their eyes, they push as hard as they possibly can. And then they push harder, because the heart of a champion never settles, never quits, and never stops giving its all. We are champions. We are Division II. We go big, we give it everything we've got, and we win. On the field, on our campuses, in our communities, for our causes, in our careers. we rise to become champions in everything we do. We are Division II, and there are no limits here. We make our time count. We set our own path. We become champions on our terms. It's time to up your game, because we're here to play and learn. But most importantly, we're here to discover ourselves, our vision, our heart, our drive, to achieve every goal we aim for, because we want to be champions at the highest level, life. At Division II, the opportunities are here. Are you ready?
Tusculum University is Tennessee's first university. Established in 1794, Tusculum's beautiful campus is nestled in the foothills of the Great Smoky Mountains. Students from 31 states and 15 countries have found a home here. With nearly 60 areas of study, Tusculum can help you pioneer your path to success. Visit www.tusculum.edu or call 423-636-7300 to discover the pioneer experience for yourself.
In NCAA Division II, community engagement is an initiative at all 25 national championships because student athletes want to give back while competing for a national title. Over the course of the year, Division II student athletes have an opportunity to leave a lasting impression in local communities throughout the country. Whether Division II student athletes are volunteering at hospitals, schools, after-school care programs, foster homes, or retirement villages, they make a difference in the lives of others. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
It's fine. It'll be okay, okay? Nobody cares about the flowers. Who needs flowers at a wedding?
At Ingalls, we know that the best of plans don't always go according to plan.
My best friend's getting married today and the florist never showed.
That's why we're always there when you need us.
What are their colors?
Purple and cream.
With smiling faces and helping hands.
No one cares. No one cares. You will look great. Flowers are not important. And where is Holly? Have you anyone seen Holly?
And although life will be predictably unpredictable,
let's get you to that wedding.
A curveball is that much more satisfying.
I got the flowers!
When you knock it out of the park.
Oh my gosh, awesome!
So when the plan goes out the window and improvisation becomes the order of the day, just remember, that's where the best of memories are made.
All right, they're ready for us.
True story. Ingalls, all the ingredients for family.
Hi, my name is Nicole McMillan, and I played soccer here, and I currently run cross country and track and field. And why I chose Tusculum is definitely because of the coaching staff, but also the faculty in general. Everyone just makes you feel like a family. You walk around campus, you see familiar faces, and it's like a home away from home.
Johnson City City Toyota is the #1 Toyota dealership in the Tri-Cities because we make buying simple. First, we discount every vehicle every day, and we stand behind what we sell with a lifetime warranty. For more, simply go to johnsoncitytoyota.com.
Family.
Food's here!
What's it mean to you?
We got lunch.
To us, it means the people you care about, look out for, and yeah, love. Even if you'd never let them hear you say it.
Hey, you're eating hummus? What's wrong with hummus?
Here at Ingalls, we have everything you need to gather around the table and give each other a hard time. Because that's what families do. Ingalls. All the ingredients for family.
Hello, my name is Jacob Fate, and I'm the Dean of the College of Business at Tusculum University. I'm proud to share with you that the programs in the College of Business received accreditation through ACBSP in December of 2018. The Accreditation Council for Business Schools and Programs accredits business schools and programs worldwide. This accreditation elevates our programs to the top programs worldwide.
We are in Granger County, Tennessee, here at Pierce Farms, and the Pierce family has been working with Ingalls for over 30 years. It means a great deal supplying produce as a local farmer. It really touches base knowing that we're just simple people just trying to help, and we love what we do, and Ingalls is a huge part of helping us do it. Farming is who we are, and it's in our blood. God has really blessed us with the sun and the soil to grow the best tomatoes you'll find anywhere. I believe it's really in the soil. So if you're in Granger County and you farm tomatoes, then you're in. Just a great blessing on us to actually farm and be able to farm and to supply tomatoes to people. And Ingalls really cares about family farms like Pierce Farms, and they really care about their customers. We're just glad to be a part of that. God has blessed us with a really great partnership there. They make fresh local produce have real meaning for lots of people. I'm Shane Pierce, and this is my Ingalls story.
From the first day, we looked around each other and we said, we gotta go make things happen this year.
It doesn't matter what the score is at the end of the game. You have to go forward.
You have to take the game.
Attacking gets you goals real quick.
Give your best effort every day.
1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3.
Stouffer with the game-winning goal. The national championship goes to Shippensburg for the 3rd consecutive year.
Valdosta State Division II national champions.
The post, hanging, scores! They win their first national title!
We welcome you back into Pioneer Arena, where the Pioneers lead the Mars Hill Lions 48-25. We're into spring sports, and the Pioneer baseball team was on the road for a non-conference game with Carson Newman today at the Silver Diamond Complex. They will not play in the regular season, a 3-game series, so they played a in-region non-conference game today in Jefferson City, and Tusculum won 9-4. So the I Hate Eagle counter, that you got here at Tusculum, they get a notch there. Pioneers will take on Carson Newman next Wednesday in basketball, and looking forward to a really good night as we try to pack the arena on Wednesday, a week from today. 48-25, we start the second half. Brian Staten, courtside game station engineer, the executive producer of the Pioneer Sports Network, Nathan Humber, didn't give him his just due to start the game. As the Pioneers avoid a jumper by Bell, they move right to left on your radio dial or from Joyce to Midge. Into the front court on the left side for Tusculum to Casey Johnson, in the glass, off the paint, off the glass, in the paint. Whatever I'm trying to say, it's good. 50-25. I brought my A game today. I've got this little sinus headache going on. The kids have adopted a cat, and it's loves staying in the house. And I don't know if I'm allergic to it or not, but my goodness, it stinks. And it's been staying in the house a lot more than normal than it normally did. Pioneers get a foul on Mia Long, her first, team's first. They got this whole head thing going on. I don't know what it is. Bothering me. Pardue jumper is off the mark, no good. Rebound tip from Arnwine into the hands of Sutton to Long to Click. No, missed the three. And a rebound that goes out of bounds. Apparently it's off Arnwine. Wow, that's a real tough call against Arnwine, just because it appeared as if Marshall snapped it away from Arnwine and threw it out of bounds. And even Marshall, they're even talking about it right now. I'm not sure they're discussing where they're going to eat afterwards. I'm pretty sure it was, did you see I got away with that one. Marshall, foul line jumper is no good, and the rebound by Marshall. And right now, Mars Hill, they missed something. They're just going after it. Marshall is no good. And a rebound foul going against Marshall. And that's part of it. I mean, you're physical, and you got to build some type of an identity. Bell's whistle for her third foul here. Team's first on Mars Hill. And that's just it. You're back. You got to determine an identity for a team that has lost a staggering amount of conference games. I'll talk about that in a moment. Baseline three. Bang. Jayla Arnwine in a zone right now for the Pioneers. Last 10 games averaging 9.6 points per contest, and from three-point territory shooting 42%. Here they'll force a steal at midcourt. Mia Long takes it into the paint, out to Click, extra pass Johnson to the red-hot Arnwine. They throw it inside to Sutton, where it's knocked away. Sutton gets it back. Usually that's a foul, coming over the top to knock the ball away. Typically. Click, Arnwine, Johnson, inside to Sutton. They want to go inside the paint. Sutton draws the foul. I'm proud of the way Mars Hill plays and how hard they play. Here's the foul that's going on Pardue. And that's her third. They have lost 56 of 57 conference games. The last time they beat Tusculum, they had a little bit of a streak going. The last time. That was 2017. That was 5 games ago. And in that 5-game stretch, Mars Hill has lost 56 of 57 games since then. So when you get some new blood to come in, new coach, you've got a full roster, you're dealing with some depth, and you see them playing as hard as they're playing and battling on the glass, proud of that moment. There's a sense of pride, a point of pride for this Mars Hill team. You look up at the scoreboard, it's 30-point win, our lead right now. And they're still battling inside the paint. Giannikos, after a couple of made free throws by Sutton. Into the front court, watched by the conference's theft leader, Mia Long. Marshall, inside the paint, into Gardner. Jumper's no good, and the rebound is last touched by KJ. Can't hang on to it. So, Mars Hill will inbound again on a dead ball rebound. And another thing is, when you hit 8 3-pointers and you as Mars Hill haven't hit any, that'll be the next thing for Coach Clark. I need a consistent knockdown shooter. Gardner inside is no good. Rebound taken by the Pioneers. They run the floor to Sutton, layup, rims, hangs, good. Maddie Sutton brings so much energy in the pregame shoot-around while the team is out shooting. Long comes up with yet another steal for the – they're laughing, having fun. Click a three. Nope. Rebounded by Marshall of Marcel. Now nobody's back for Tusculum, and it's going to lead to an uncontested layup for Bell. Coach Carter not going to be happy about that. Click into the front court. It's okay if everybody gets in there, but if you don't rebound it, then nobody's back, and Marcel hasn't joined the rest of their team after giving up a steal. Leads to an uncontested break. Click. It has just not gone for her tonight. This ball gets stuck between the rim and the backboard. Fortunately, the Pioneers are going to have it on the alternate arrow. Come on, Torrey Ponder. Torrey decided not to go up and show his ups, even though he has the broom over here, kind of like the mop. Yeah, he has that right over there. So he dislodges the ball between the rim and the backboard. It will be Pioneer basketball. Click 0 for 4 tonight. Devin Carter said in the pregame, look for her. She's going to get a bunch of shots. She gets another one. This one won't go either. Rebounded by Bell of Marcel. Devin really wants her to get going because somebody's got to be that consistent outside shooter. Second unit getting set to check back in with the Pioneers leading by 30. Long knocked it away and nearly stole it again. Runs right over Miss Poloni. Almost ran her over. Joyce was busy eating her popcorn. She didn't even see that Mia was coming right. She was probably trying to steal the popcorn. Joyce is not listening anymore. On the inbound, this is going to be Mars Hill. Tatum Boggs. Also in is Hannah Chandler. Had it knocked away and stolen by the Pioneers. Dixon, Miller, baseline three. Bang. Aaliyah Miller knocking down the three. Aaliyah's first three, the Pioneers' 9th of the game. 60-27, Tusculum. Oh, nice low post move by Gardner, who draws the foul as Belton came late. My Belton picking up her first. Team foul number 2 on the Pioneers. Drew McMillan will check back in. At the stripe, Gardner started against Tusculum, 20 games this year, 3 points a game. Had 11 points in the only win in the second win for Marcel this year against Bluefield, their last win. Second is missed by Gardner, and then Belton can't pick it up. It goes out of bounds, just didn't pick up the ball. Pioneers got the rebound, but then just didn't protect the ball. Boggs on the inbound for Marcel. Tusculum leads 60-28. Deja Marshall on the left wing. Still have no players in double figures. Boggs just throws one up aimlessly at the rim, and it's taken by Aaliyah Miller. She was looking for some contact there, but Tusculum did a good job playing without fouling. Dixon gives it up to Hutchinson, who had a great first half. She'll take a jumper off the dribble. That's no good. Dixon can't grab the board. Marshall does. Mars Hill basketball. On the left wing, and the little handoff gets away from Bowman, who gets it, stays in bounds somehow, and doesn't travel either. Boggs, Gardner, Boggs, back out top of the key and into the hands of McMillan. Marshall, Bowman, Gardner, is good. 60-30, Tusculum. Dixon across the stripe for the Pioneers. Right to the rim, will kick it out. This will be a three by Hutchinson on an extra pass. It's good. Elle is knocking down some shots. 63-30 is Hutchinson with 8. 2 for 2 from downtown. Gardner inside the paint, knocked away by Dixon, stolen and picked up by Williams of the Pioneers. Into the front court is Hutchinson. Williams trails the play, top of the key to Hutchinson. pick and roll. This is going to be Williams. Layup attempt is no good. Williams goes down after she thought she may have been fouled. That's going to take us to a break either way. We take a timeout from Pioneer Arena. 4:17 to play in the third. It's Tusculum 63. It's Mars Hill 30. Pioneer basketball continues after this on the Pioneer Sports Network.
Tusculum University is Tennessee's first university. Established in 1794, Tusculum's beautiful campus is nestled in the foothills of the Great Smoky Mountains. Students from 31 states and 15 countries have found a home here. With nearly 60 areas of study, Tusculum can help you pioneer your path to success. Visit www.tusculum.edu or call 423-636-7300 to discover the Pioneer experience for yourself.
In NCAA Division II, community engagement is an initiative at all 25 national championships because student athletes want to give back while competing for a national title. Over the course of the year, Division II student athletes have an opportunity to leave a lasting impression in local communities throughout the country. Whether Division II student athletes are volunteering at hospitals, schools, after-school care programs, foster homes, or retirement villages, they make a difference in the lives of others. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
It's fun.
Jazz Williams, her season high of 8 points came in the first game of the year, Georgia College. That first weekend of the season for the Pioneers. Here's a traveling violation on Marshall that Dixon forced. Williams did not score in her 11 minutes, made 2 free throws in her 11 minutes against Queens on Saturday, had 7 against Wise. 12 today for Jazz. Pioneer basketball, Miller to Williams, inside to Belton, the ball knocked away and stolen. Rotation was a little late that time. McMillan with it into the front court to Marshall. Boggs into the corner. Bowman, and about an 18-footer in and out, no good. Rebounded by Belton of the Pioneers after it was tipped by Miller. Hutchinson up to Miller. Top of the key, this will be Hutchinson. Gets a Williams screen. I tried that pick and roll again. She was there, but they went outside instead. Belton a 3. Back iron, no. Rebound is tipped out. Last touch by Dixon. So Mars Hill with the basketball back, trailing 63-30. Right side, back court, Marshall, McMillan, Bowman to Marshall. Mishandled it, kept it alive. On the right side, on the dribble, watched by Dixon. Left side, this will be Boggs. Not giving her much room to breathe here tonight. Tatum has it again, will quickly fire a 3. This one is no good, rebounded by Aaliyah Miller. Into the front court comes Tusculum. 3 by Dixon was left open, and this one is no good. Belton saves the rebound, but right to Marshall. Boggs takes it across the midcourt stripe. Tusculum outscoring Mars Hill 15-5 to this point in the third. Marshall at the top to McMillan. McMillan to Marshall. She'll fire a 3. This one's partially blocked by Belton. Into the hands of Dixon, racing it into the front court. Hutchinson off the dribble 2. In and out, no good. And the rebound to Marshall of Mars Hill. Good look by L. It just wouldn't go. Right side is Marshall. Had 31 against Carson Newman 2 games ago. Right now is being held in check with just 6 on 3 for 9 from the field. Bowman, right side, Boggs. Boggs will be hand checked by Miller, and it'll be Miller's first, team's third. Game 2 of our doubleheader to follow our news between games, by the way. We'll have that brought to you by Jeffers Funeral and Cremation Services. I miss Justin. I have no idea where he's been. Working too much. Left side front court, Mars Hill on the inbound. Normally handles the women's broadcast, but he's not been able to do that. 3 seconds to shoot. Mars Hill gets off the shot. It's no good. The rebound taken by Dixon, and here come the Pioneers racing out of the pack. Dixon up ahead to Hutchinson. Layup is no good. Williams had the rebound. It's tipped out. It's still loose. It's picked up by Tusculum. Hutchinson, a three is no good. The rebound tipped out to Aaliyah Miller. Hutchinson could not hit the layup. So L. Hutchinson is like, L no. Williams. Layup is good. Jazz Williams with a beautiful pivot post move right to the rim and in. Offensive foul. Maya Belton maybe moving a little late, but drew that contact and drew it against McMillan, who's going to pick up her second on the offensive foul. That will be one less sprint for Maya Belton to run in practice as she draws the offensive foul. 65-30, it's all Tusculum. They won the first game by putting up 94 points, hitting 18 three-pointers. They have hit 10 in this game. After not shooting more than 33%, Williams is fouled and won. Jazz Williams got shoved to the ground after the shot, and Gardner picks up the foul, her first, team's fourth, and Williams will go to the line to look for the three-point play. Mars Hill hasn't scored in 4 minutes and 15 seconds. The Pioneers on a 7-0 run. 52 seconds to play here in this third quarter. Williams, no, on the rebound, the free throw, and then a rebound foul that will go against Maya Belton. Stibbe will be into the game, and a timeout's going to be asked for, or what is it going to be? Got a warning on the Mars Hill bench. .50 seconds here in this third quarter. 67-30 Tusculum. Jazz comes out of the game with a season best 16. Belton will block Gardner out of bounds. 7 of 10 from the floor for Jazz. She's a little tired. Mars Hill has had 3 turnovers in this stretch for the Pioneers. They haven't shot well, Tusculum. Gardner blocked again by Belton, just standing her ground that time. Nice job by Maya. Defensively, Maya has 2 blocks, couple of steals, 4 rebounds. She's just 1 of 6 from the field, has 4 points. McMillan blocked by Stibbe, rebounded by Miller. Mars Hill, though, battling to get it back, cannot. Miller into the front court. Belton a 3. On the strength of her 2 blocks, knocks down a long-range bomb. That's a Belton. This ball will be out of bounds off Tusculum. Touched by Dixon. The Pioneers continue this press. This second unit has played well. Coach Carter's going to be pleased. On the inbound, here's Marshall. Has been held in check tonight. Into the paint. Bounce pass to Gardner. Blocked by Belton. That's her 3rd block. Here comes Dixon. Belton, heat check. Drives it right to the rim. Maybe an offensive foul. No, but she's fouled going to the line to shoot 2 as the time has expired here in the third. They're going to talk about it. So the foul is going to go on Boggs. They're going to put some time back on the clock, like .4 will be on the clock, somewhere in that neighborhood. You can't end the quarter with zeros, I think, after a foul was called prior to it going off. Does that make sense? That makes sense. So at the stripe is Belton. Knocks down the first. Impressive third quarter. Very similar to, unfortunately, Mars Hill's first quarter against Catawba. They were outscored 26-5 in the first quarter on Saturday. They're being outscored 24-5 here. And the Pioneers will go to the final quarter with the big lead. It's Tusculum 72. It's Mars Hill 30. Pioneer basketball continues after this on the Pioneers Sports Network. Pioneers lead 72-30 into third on a 12-0 run. Elsewhere, our next opponent, Anderson, in a dogfight with Wingate. It is 47-45 in the fourth at 8 minutes to play there. And it's up 2. They're up 2. I don't have a 4. On my roster. There is no 4 on the roster. She must be wearing a different number. So we'll check that here in a moment. Other scores, as mentioned, it's Anderson leading Wingate 47-45 there. Carson Newman is routing Lenore Ryan. It's 72-45. They have yet to play 3 quarters as Carson Newman easily in front of the Bears. Catawba has taken control against Coker 54-33. It was 35-33 at halftime. Coker has not scored in the second half. So it will be a technical for Tusculum because they didn't have a player in the book. Jim, I don't have her at all, if that helps. We don't even know who she is. Aaliyah Miller knocks it out. Marissa Jones is wearing number 4, and she normally wears 1. Arnwine makes 1 of 2. 17 for Arnwine tonight. That equals her season best for Jayla. Or actually, she had 19 earlier this year. Sorry, my apologies. 19 points at Keene. Second game of the year. Did I give you all the scores? Newberry leading Queens 53-33 there. Now it's 55-37. And Wise leading LMU 44-33. So now we're set. Mars Hill basketball after the technical 1 of 2 made. And the Pioneers lead 73-30. Giannikos gives it up to Chandler. Back to Giannikos. This is Marissa Jones. On the right side, skip it to Giannikos. For 2 from 18 feet is good. Gabby Giannikos. Mars Hill had dropped below 30% shooting for the game. Pioneers are at 46%. Casey Johnson, Kirsten Click, Maddie Sutton, Jayla Arnwine, Mia Long on the floor for the Pioneers. Mia, changing direction, is going to be bumped by Giannikos out of bounds. That will be her second. First on the team here in this second quarter. Pardon me, this fourth quarter. It would have been a long game if it was still the second. And that would have been a really good first half or the first quarter. Click ends the drought, buries the 3 on the inbound. Pioneers pouring it on. Bell, Jones into the front court. Double teamed. At the midcourt stripe is Giannikos. Bell in the corner. Giannikos. Bell handling. And something away from the ball. And it's on Pardue. That's number 4 on her. Second on the team. Pioneer basketball after the turnover. Top of the key is Sutton. Right side, Jayla Arnwine. Johnson toes the line for a 3, is no good. Tried to follow her own miss, could not. Rebounded by Mars Hill, and Chandler into the hands of Giannikos. Takes it across the stripe. Mia has just 3 points in the game, but does have 5 assists for the Pioneers. In very limited action, 13 minutes, and here's another steal. Casey Johnson. Long, all the way into the front court for Arnwine. Skip it to Click to Mia, who may have traveled. She did. So 20 turnovers for Mars Hill. That will be the 6th against the Pioneers. And Devin Carter says, all right, you guys had your fun. A minute and 47 seconds and you're done. Mia, who is closing in on 1,000 points for her career, is going to have to average 9 points a game the rest of the way, finishing with just 3 likely tonight. Her career at Tusculum. She's over 1,000 for her collegiate career. Bell is double teamed and forced into a turnover as throws it out of play. Mars Hill done a decent job through 3 quarters, 18 turnovers through 3 quarters, but here they've started this 4th quarter with 4. Hutchinson, Belton, Dixon. In the paint, count it 1. Brianna Dixon with the nice finish at the rim, and the foul goes against Bell. 4th on her, team's 3rd. Mahina Bell drawing that one. So Dixon will go to the stripe. Missed it. And the rebound by Bell of Mars Hill. 78-32 Tusculum. Pardue in the paint. Nice pass on the baseline to Chandler. Got the layup to go. This is a good find by Pardue. Long pass front court for the Pioneers, wasting little time. Dixon inside outside. Williams a 3. No. Long rebound to Leah Miller for the Pioneers. Down the lane, Miller off the glass, banked it in. So talented offensively for Tusculum, Aaliyah Miller. 7 for her tonight, 3 of 6 from the field. Pioneers lead 80-34. Giannikos at the top of the key. In the paint, knocked away once and twice, but it couldn't be saved by Tusculum, so it'll be Mars Hill ball still. Here's Marissa Jones. At the top of the key, Jones. Left side, Giannikos for 3. No, they still have yet to hit a 3. Dixon grabs the rebound for the Pioneers. Belton a 3. No. Williams battling for the rebound, but it's taken by Pardue. Good effort by Jazz. Just playing with a different intensity since Christmas. Giannikos in the paint is fouled. And it'll be fouled here by Aaliyah Miller. Knocked her in the head. That'll be her 2nd. First on the Pioneers. Pioneers put up 94 January 8th against Mars Hill. By far their season best. Here in the last 4 games, the Pioneers have an 88-point game against LR, but it took 2 overtimes. Their best game of the year, the 109, they put up against Johnson and Wales. Out of North Carolina, they've gone over 93 times this season. They also had 93 against Clayton State. So it's a good team. They can score it. But again, playing without Sid Wilson was the question. Is somebody else going to have to step up tonight? It was Arnwine. 17 for her. And I believe her night will be done, barring some foul trouble here. Miller on the left wing. Into the corner is Dixon. Williams, Miller, Hutchinson, Williams, Dixon. Belton, Williams for 3. This one's off. She knew it right away, and it will be Mars Hill basketball. Good job by Tori Ponder to rebound that for us. Across the stripe with the basketball is going to be McMillan for Mars Hill. Tusculum leads 80-35. Left side front court is Deja Marshall, who has checked back into the game. On the right side, McMillan got away with dragging the pivot foot there. Little give and go. Back to McMillan, puts it up and in. It's a good pick and roll, give and go. Pass it, pass and move is what they say. Miller for 2. Good. Aaliyah Miller. Into the front court, Deja Marshall. Held in check, leading this team at 15 a game. Here's Maya Belton with the steal for the Pioneers. Belton will try to finish it off herself. She does. Scoop and score from Maya Belton. Give Maya 9 points in the contest. Top of the key, this is going to be Marshall to Boggs. On the baseline, Gardner working on Williams. Back out, this is going to be McMillan. Right side, inside the paint. Jazz Williams with the rejection. Dixon on the break has Hutchinson. Hutchinson, a little pump fake, and she'll draw the foul as Boggs went down hard. Yeah, she's hurt. Boggs will pick up the personal. It'll be 3 on her. And that will also take us to a timeout on the floor. We'll take the break and return to Pioneer Arena right after this. 4:40 to play in the game. It's Tusculum 84, Mars Hill 37. Pioneer basketball continues after this on the Pioneer Sports Network.
Being a champion takes more than skill, more than endless drills, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the heart to give it your all, the agility to thrive from any angle, and the relentless drive to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create, and the question isn't, can you do it? It's will you.
So much of life these days is rushing around from one place to another. Sometimes you just want to enjoy the journey on the way to the destination. And part of what makes it a little more enjoyable is an appreciation for the folks who helped you get there. At Ingalls, we know that the people who send you on your way are the same ones who keep you coming back.
I think you should take it for a spin. Are you serious?
Ingalls, all the ingredients for family.
My name is Trent.
So we welcome you back into Pioneer Arena. Tusculum leading 84-37. Then really good, 47% from the field. Marcel at 29%. Tatum Boggs had to be helped off the floor. She is hopefully okay. She has missed some time the last 6 games. Hutchinson's at the line. She's shooting 2. So just some of the Pioneer numbers here. Jayla Arnwine, 17 in the game. 16 for Jazz Williams, a season best with 7 rebounds and a couple of blocks. Hutchinson misses the first free throw. 11 for Maya Belton. She had 14-point game against Johnson and Wales. Hutchinson makes the second. Marta Rodriguez will be into the game for Tusculum. Deja Marshall, 3 of 9, 6 points, 8 rebounds, 3 assists in her 29 minutes, leading the team at 15.6 a game. It's just not been easy for her today. Pioneers have forced 22 turnovers and scored 30 points off those turnovers. Marshall with it in the front court. Giannikos, Pioneers in a zone, and it's stolen by Aaliyah Miller. Miller will take it into the front court herself. Into the corner is Belton, a 3. No. Rebound tipped out by Dixon. Dixon with 10 rebounds in the game, which is her career best as a Pioneer. A 5-point, 10-rebound effort for her. But Mars Hill leads the rebound category 41-40 to this point. 85-37 Tusculum. Right side front court, this will be Marshall as we go under 4 minutes to play in the game. Bounce pass on the baseline. Jumper Bowman is no good. Gardner offensive rebound. Putback is good. (85-39). The Pioneers season low. They held Queens to just 49 points the last time they played. Mars Hill did score 59 the first time these teams got together. Rodriguez, a 3, is short, and the rebound to Gardner of Mars Hill. Tusculum held Belmont Abbey to 46 in the first game of the year in a very low-scoring game. They also held LR the first meeting to 49 points here at Pioneer Arena. They held Newberry to 47 in the first meeting as well, and they were only scored 47 against Anderson. So the Pioneers need to save some of this offensive output for Saturday. They've got Anderson on Saturday. 85 points in the game for the Pioneers. Looking for Dixon in the paint, threw a little too hard and away from her. And it goes out of bounds. The Pioneers will turn it over. 7th turnover of the game for Tusculum. They have forced Mars Hill into 24 mistakes. Mars Hill, though, leading that rebounding margin. I gave it to you, 41-40. It's 44-40, by the way. That's part of that physicality by Mars Hill. They are not going to give up. They're going to continue to battle. They're not making shots. Marshall from the left wing to McMillan, top of the key. Right wing, Marshall. Baseline, Bowman. 5 to shoot. Giannikos in the paint. Runner is blocked. She's fouled. Belton thought she had her 4th block of the game, I think. I thought she did. Instead, she picks up her 3rd foul. She also has 3 blocks. Or is it number 4? It is number 4 on Maya. Giannikos at the stripe, rims out her first, no good. 6 for Giannikos, 6 for Marshall, 6 for Pardue. Pardue scored those 6 very early in the game, all in the first quarter. Giannikos now with 7. Across the stripe, this will be Marta Rodriguez. 2.5 to play in game 1 here of our doubleheader. Top of the key, Miller. Left side, Dixon. And she's going to be hand-checked. It'll be 2 shots for Dixon. I guess we're just blowing the whistle to blow it. McMillan with her 3rd, the 5th on Mars Hill. Don't forget, coming up in between games after our conversation with Coach Devin Carter, we'll have our complete 6 o'clock newscast presented by Jeffers Funeral and Cremation Services. On the radio end of things. On the TV end of things, you guys can go pop some popcorn, do some things. We'll start 25 minutes at the conclusion of this game for our 2nd. Dixon goes 1 of 2. 6 points, 10 rebounds for Brianna Dixon, ending a 220 scoring drought for the Pioneers. On the baseline, this will be Gardner. She'll try a 15-footer, in and out, no good. The rebound loose and stolen by Mars Hill. Dixon had it knocked away. Bowman. Marshall for 3. That's the first 3-pointer of the game for Mars Hill. Marshall knocking it down. Miller on the right wing, front court for the Pioneers. She'll drive right to the baseline, pull up for 2. It's no good. Gardner comes up with the rebound for Mars Hill. Good look, but it wouldn't fall for Miller, who has 9 tonight. Miller also has 7 rebounds. And on a drive, Pioneers will draw a foul. Don't know if it's shooting or not. If it's on Belton, she's done. It is, so Maya Belton is fouled out of the game. It'll be Taylor Stibbe who will check into the game. Good game for Maya Belton. So Belton's night, 11 points, 3 of 10 from the field, 2 of 7 from 3, 3 of 4 at the free throw line with 4 rebounds, 4 assists, and 5 fouls. That's a healthy night. McMillan makes the first and the second. Drew has scored 6 points on 6 different occasions this year. She has 6 right now for Mars Hill. It's the 7th time this year she scored 6 points in a game. Rodriguez to Jazz Williams. Rodriguez, Stibbe, Williams. Dixon, Stibbe in the paint. Williams to Miller. Rodriguez. 5 to shoot. Williams will take it. Bang. Jazz Williams from downtown. 19 for Jasmine Williams. A new career best for her. 18 against Newberry last year. Jumper by Bowman is good from 15 feet. Defense is optional here in the final minute. Pioneers into the front court, Marta Rodriguez. Left side is Dixon. Stibbe at the top. Right side, this will be Rodriguez. She'll take off to the baseline, have the ball poked away. Miller will save it to Dixon. 8 to shoot. Dixon down the lane, draws a foul. She tried to make the move on Bowman, and Dixon will go to the free throw line. Bowman will pick up her 3rd at 28 seconds to play in the game. Pioneers are back at home next week on Wednesday as they entertain the Carson Newman Eagles. It's Pack the Arena night here against the Eagles on a Wednesday night. We hope you'll come join us for that one. Always a fun field game, and it will be 2 teams as of tonight that will still remain tied for 3rd in the league, as Carson Newman is handling their business against LR. And then it's Senior Day a week from Saturday against Coker, and Play for K. Wear your pink. 91-47. Fourth time this year the Pioneers have gone over 90, the second against Mars Hill. 15 seconds to play in the game as Mars Hill with it here in this fourth quarter. On the top of the key to the left side, Giannikos for a three. No. Rebounded by Jazz Williams, who grabs the board, secures it. Pioneers win. Pioneers knock off the Mars Hill Lions. They get their 6th straight win against Mars Hill. And they get their 27th all-time in the 52nd meeting between these two schools, Tusculum and Mars Hill. Your final, Tusculum 91 and Mars Hill 47. Pioneer coach Devin Carter joins us next as you listen to Pioneer basketball here on the Pioneer Sports Network.